the board is amenable to that, a motion to continue it to October 7th would be.
I'll move.
Ron moves, Barry seconds, all in favor?
Okay, so that Shires Housing Project has been continued to October 7th. The next and final hearing on our agenda this evening is Cable Holding Company Exchange LLC at 204 Main Street and 107 McKinley Street. These folks are seeking approval for a planned unit development for 2 lots / uses at that location. And this is the first of 2 required hearings this evening.
Want to give your name, please?
Yes, sir. My name is David Spur. I'm with Blade Design.
Okay.
And I designed this plan along with Comcast and Cable Holdings.
Charlie? Charlie? Should you maybe use the microphone?
Yeah, go ahead.
They have asked, they have 2 parcels. This parcel in yellow and this parcel in pink and orange. This is lot lot 50, lot 29, excuse me, map 49, block 51, lot 50, and this is map 49, block 51, lot 51. And they've asked, or they are asking to take this paved section here that's attached to this residential home and attach it instead to the commercial entity of Comcast. That's the short of it. The situation is we're in the office and apartment OA section with a 20,000 square foot minimum. And this yellow area is currently at 20,000 square feet and would be expanded to 22,000 square feet. And this pink and orange section is 7,000 plus or minus, and it would be increased to, or excuse me, decreased to 5,000 square feet, more or less. So that's the whole crux of what we're trying to do. Make this a residential and this the commercial, and take the pavement that was used for the parking for the residential lot and give it to the commercial.
David, could you explain the additional site improvements, which consists of the driveway?
Sure. The current parcel as a whole, this yellow, pink, and orange parcel belonged to the Dewey and Sons lumber yard back in the day, long time ago. This was the lumber yard. This was the residential home. This was the parking for the residential home with an access from McKinley into the residential home parking. By removing this paved section and giving it to the commercial, they'll also request a curb cut and a 2-car parking space here in front.
These properties are both owned by Comcast? presently?
Pardon?
They're both owned by Comcast at this point?
Yes, sir.
Any questions from the board? Barry?
Who owns the gray portion?
The gray portion, this gray portion and all of this gray portion is asphalt paving. This is Main Street, Route 9. This is McKinley Street. This is the Bennington Rescue right about here. Residential, and Hemmings News is over here. And actually butts them back here.
So right now Comcast doesn't own the piece that you want to add onto the
No,
commercial?
Comcast owns this building, this lot, which is in yellow, and Comcast owns this pink and orange. But it's 2 separate lots, because when Dewey and Sons subdivided it or divided it or bought it, however they owned it at the time, they kept it, they bought it as 2 parcels and they kept it as 2 parcels. One as a residential, one as a business.
Ron?
Yeah, because of looking for a waiver
Shouldn't this be warned as a variance also?
No, because it's a planned unit development, you can specifically request waivers of dimensional requirements with a planned unit development. And it doesn't require, that's why if it was just a single lot, it would be difficult to gain a variance in it. So that you do have to, it is allowed as a waiver under the planned
You
unit
know the
development
waiver, not a
regulation.
variance. They don't have to meet the variance
They do not
requirements.
have to meet the 5 criteria, given that it's planned unit development.
Okay.
Doesn't mean that you have to approve it, but
right.
they don't have to meet the 5
Okay.
criteria.
Got it, I guess.
Anyone else? Yes, Bill?
Why are they breaking it up? I mean,
It was already 2 parcels, it's still 2 parcels.
Yeah,
It's
but
just
they
one they
just-
want to keep as commercial, one they want to keep as residential. My belief is, what they've told me is that once the residential unit is approved like this, then they will sell this unit.
oh, in other words, they just want to get rid of it.
They will want to
Okay, all
remove
right,
it
that's
from.
what I was asking. Okay.
Dan?
What's going to be the orientation of the parking spaces in the newly paved area? Because I see that there are 2 spots, but the way the curb cut is proposed, it wouldn't be easy to get to the left side as you're entering it.
My belief is, and again, if it needs to be modified, but the way it was described to me is they would come up, pull into this turnaround, and then back into this, one of the 2 parking spaces.
So the cars will
that they
be,
could then turn right, and drive right back out.
so parked cars will be parallel to Main Street?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
That's how it was described to me.
Any other questions from the board? Anyone from the audience like to speak? See it? What do we need, Dan?
So it'd either be a motion to continue or a motion for preliminary approval this evening.
I've
Barry?
got a question before we go that far.
Go ahead.
What are we doing about any of the amenities, shrubbery, lighting? Is there any lighting proposed? Or is there any lighting proposed for that new parking area?
There is no new lighting proposed. Any shrubberies that's there would either be replaced if they got removed or trimmed back if necessary. Because there is some there, but I'm not sure if they'd be trimmed back or removed, but then they can be repositioned.
Dan?
I wasn't sure if there's a couple audience members that wanted to speak to this. They just walked in.
Do you need to speak? You want to speak? Jerry? Thank you. Jerry, if Jerry, you have to come up and sign the witness oath over here on the
Is he
table.
here for Shires? Is he here for Shires?
No, no, he lives right here.
Okay.
Crossroads.
Yeah.
That's the house.
Jerry, speak at the microphone if you're going to speak, please.
Yeah, we're just here tonight because we looked over the plan and everything, and basically, is this going to give more parking behind the building? Because right now, they kind of block the walkway and everything when they have a meeting and everything.
Yes, sir. The intent is, this is 45 feet from here to here, and if a vehicle has got 10 feet of normal parking spaces between 9 and 10 feet, that would give 4 more vehicles back here. The total would be between 8 and 10 vehicles back here.
And who is responsible for that? Just a big puddle, right here. It's probably on town land, I'm not sure that's gonna be addressed.
Jerry, I don't understand your question, Jerry.
Where the pavement meets their driveway,
Yeah.
a big depression in the paving has developed, which collects water. It doesn't drain away, it's just a big puddle. And it should be something, whoever owns it should repair it, I would think. And I'm not sure who owns it.
Do you know? Do you have any idea?
On the Kinley Street? Which area, sir?
Well, the sidewalk, or the walkway, okay?
This would be the one.
Okay, the walkway right there, the puddle is right about where their driveway meets the town road. And it, it just developed through heavy traffic, and it can be repaired, it just was,
Yeah, frankly, I'm not aware about that. Particularly, the next time we get a significant rain event, there's some parking there.
it's there now. It's there now after last night.
Oh, it is? I'll take a bite of that. I mean, it's,
Yeah, if you have more traffic going in and out, it's just gonna be.
well, it's not gonna be any more traffic. It's going to be the same, we're just gonna be a little bit more organized with the additional spaces in the back. Because of the way we kind of restructured some of our technical operations that are working now.
Yeah, it's
Mary Lou, you have to sign in if you're going to speak.
Yeah, I mean, I just said what she's saying. Because it's so congested when they have a meeting or something there, So that would be a good thing if they have that, but what's gonna happen to this property? Are you gonna sell that?
We're gonna sell it.
Yes.
Barry?
But the big thing is that, this walkway becomes part of their parking lot whenever there's a meeting, and that should really, something should be addressed as part of their approval, I would think. That's all. Thank you.
Currently, this exchange parcel in the back is used for parking, is that correct?
Sir?
That parcel you got cross-hatched in the back, it's presently used for parking?
I'll have to defer the question.
Yes, there are some vehicles, spare vehicles and stuff parked there now.
Is that going to remain the same usage, only attached to a different parcel?
For the most part, that's.
So the only real change to the site is the new driveway for the residential use.
Yes, Dan? The intent is to take the private parking that's for the residential home in the orange and move it to the front and give this back to the commercial, because right now, if they were to sell this as is, the private resident can say, well, that's nice, but get your truck out of my parking space.
Need a motion to continue or to preliminary approval? Barry?
I'll move to give them preliminary approval.
Approval. Dan seconds? Okay. All in favor? Okay.
Okay, so
have
what
preliminary approval.
just happened?
Preliminary approval, you'll come back for your second meeting on October 7th.
Okay, anything I need to address?
I think you
between
want to
now-
look at the water issue, just to make sure you're aware of if
Okay.
any other questions come up about that.
Okay, we'll look at that, and is there anything else you want me to address in between now and then?
There wasn't anything raised.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, unless there's any other business, a motion to adjourn would be in order.
Motion. Yes, Barry?
So moved.
So moved. No seconds? I guess we're going to sit here.
Yeah.
Okay, Bill seconds. Okay, all in favor?
There we go.
Thank you, everybody.